Hey everyone, it's Kaylin Eusis from Reckless Sisu Coaching. I'll wait a few minutes to see if anybody pops on. I really want to talk to you targeted parents today about endurance and how to push forward during this holiday season. For some of you, you know what this season comes with and you know what it's like to not be with your child. For me, this is my first, This will be my first Christmas without my daughter. I think I was that emotional. It happens like that, doesn't it? It just spills. It'll be the first Christmas without my daughter. And I am trying to wrap my head around what that looks like and what that's going to look like and getting through it. Everything has gotten very messy. Like, it wasn't messy before, right? But sometimes, you get your periods of plateauing and stability, but I've been rocking the boat, and I've had a plan. I have a plan, and it's been working, and everyone is a little on edge. So there's a lot going on, and I'm finding some things out. One thing I found as a targeted parent, there's a lot I didn't know. There's a lot that I trusted that I didn't know. And I started looking into medical records. I started talking to people and teachers and counselors and people I hadn't talked to before, and finding out some interesting things. This week I found out that my daughter was put on a controlled substance against my wishes because of my own issues with substances and addiction, and what I've seen those drugs do to people and how they have been gateways into a life of addiction as an adult. So that was hard. That was done behind my back, and there's so little we can do, and yet if you have any custody or you have any time, there's still hope. I called the doctor and I just said, hey, can we talk about this? And it was a good conversation. And I just told her I don't want everything that's done is done with the intent to hurt me. Like, that's obvious. Because there's so little that he cares about, or so little that he gives them or does for them. But the effort he does take and the time he does take for them is to do things that I literally asked him not to, or knows that would be hurtful to me. And every day is just, I have to reassess, and I wonder what I'm doing. As I was trying to find out what this medication was that she's on, I sent her an email, because we do email back and forth some. And I was told, I'm taking Adderall. I know how to take it the right way, unlike you, or something like that. Stab at me being, I don't take Adderall, but stab at me being with my struggles with addiction in the past. Apparently that's fair game to make fun of and mock, and is funny. It's hard to see your child. It's hard to see the words of your abuser coming out of your child's mouth. That's hard. And there's times where I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna give up. Like, not give up, but just like, I just can't do it. I just can't keep fighting for this little girl who doesn't want me to fight for her. And I start to feel this way, and I think I'm gonna blow myself up doing all this, and I start to question, my goal. And it happens, right? Like, every day is different, every moment can be different. And then I know tomorrow I'm gonna get that second wind. I'm gonna get that sisu. Sisu is a Finnish art of courage. Sisu my last name is Usus. It's Sisu backwards. It means to have guts. It means never giving up. It's that last little bit of endurance when you are at the end. You have nothing left. You can't make it another step. You don't have one more breath in you. And somewhere inside of you, you find one more to keep going. And it propels you forward. And that's Sisu. It's a reckless desire to never give up. And that's what you have to be a targeted parent in parental alienation. And I'm thankful I have it most days. Some days I'm not so much. Some days I wish I didn't. Some days I wish that I didn't feel the need to fight so hard, because it'd be easier. But then I think what a disrespect that would be to my child, who I love and who deserves me and deserves to have a parent fight for them. Even though she doesn't want me to fight for her, or says she doesn't want me to fight for her, everyone wants someone to fight for them, and every child wants their parent to fight for them. And sometimes you gotta fight different, and sometimes you gotta take a break, and sometimes you have to cry, and sometimes you have to be mad. This year for Christmas, knowing that I wasn't going to see my daughter was going to be hard for me. So in our new house, me and my son, we're starting new traditions, and we're trying to do new traditions for Christmas, because it's just going to be me and him on Christmas, right? Our usual Christmas traditions that I've always done with them and the family aren't going to be anymore. So I'm trying to do new ones. My daughter told me that I could get her a gift this year. I asked her what she wanted, and she said, I guess you can get me this if you want, but to leave her alone, that she doesn't want anything to do with me. So I'm doing the 12 days of Christmas, and I'm going to get a little gift each day for them to have. Opening up one each day instead of all of them, Sam just opening up a bunch of gifts in front of me on Christmas Day doesn't sound like very much fun. And so I'm going to do that, and I'm going to try to just act as though she's here, buy gifts for her as though she's here, decorate the house, but it's not the same. And I don't know how many of you have gone through, how many holidays you've gone through without yours. I don't know if it gets easier. I'm not sure. I do know that, sorry, I don't usually cry. I miss her, a lot. So, I can imagine you get through the holidays, right? And it's gotta be easier every year. And I just gotta keep remembering that she's still my child. She's still my child, and she's still there. And I'm gonna pretend like nothing's different. And maybe it's just for my sake. Maybe it's just because I can't handle it. But it's also because I don't want her to ever think that I stopped being her mom. And I know that it makes everyone think that I'm a creep. I'm called a psycho and a creep and all kinds of derogatory, mean things. Because I love my kid. Because I'm committed to my kid. And I care about her. And I'm just gonna go through another holiday, and it's that perseverance. I don't know what to tell you. I have to take care of myself. I have to keep trying to I can not get caught up in the depression and the sadness of it, and finding things to encourage yourself. I have a great job, and I'm just trying to immerse myself in my job. But this can distract you from everything in your life. This is always on your mind. And to actually fight, it's phone calls, it's time, it's checking up, it is consuming. You know what? My family, knowing that they're part of the alienation, knowing that they are part of this is now not very surprising. And I don't know some days. Some days I say, you know what, there's no way I'm going to lose. I'm going to win, there's no way. I'm not going to be with my daughter, and I have no fear. And then some days, I feel like there's no possible way that I'm going to get through this and win. At every corner, I find that there's something else that's been done ahead of me. There's some other, I've recently found out this week too that her therapist, who hates me, who doesn't even know me, who hates me, won't talk to me, won't give me any information, completely unethical. She's the stepmom to one of the parental coordinators that we're going to be working with. I didn't know that. They knew that the entire time. So I paid all this money for this coordinator that I don't even think I can use anymore. I think it's a conflict of interest. I don't trust it because I don't know no one communicates with me, and I know that it's bad things spoken. Like, how do I get through that? How do I navigate that without looking like a bad parent? Like, I just look like a horrible parent no matter what I do. And it's just a constant, like, all right, adjust, let's do this. Sometimes I have to go through in fear and just hope that I can get through it, and that people will see my character and people will trust me, but I don't trust the system as much. I don't trust the system like that. It's not set up for me to succeed. And I don't know, like, I've come this far. I'm not sure that, I just don't know anymore. I have no idea what's coming around the corner next. It's been almost a year since I've seen my daughter. She's called me in moments. She promised me a couple months ago, she promised me a phone call every 2 weeks. Never has come. She never called me. I'll get emails in different languages, mostly telling her to leave her alone and to stay out of her business. She's constantly absent from school. I'm constantly getting alerts from school. I wouldn't wish this pain on my worst enemy. I just wouldn't. And I can't be a victim, and I'm not the victim, and I have to get through this. So I get to have my moments, right? And then I have to realize that I did a lot of things that contributed to me being here. And I didn't get healthier sooner. And I need to keep doing that. And I need to do the things and keep myself in place. And just fight when I can and forgive myself for the times that I do fail and I don't take action. Like, I don't know. And no one has the answers, really. So, perseverance, just being kind to yourself. You don't need to make drastic decisions on what you're going to do from one day to the next, because you don't know what the next day is going to bring. I know that I'm terrified for my child. I know that she's being sabotaged. I know that she's being set up to fail. I know that. I know that they don't give a shit about what happens to her. Actually, they do care what happens to her. They want it to be destructive. And they have someone to point the blame to, They have me. They can abuse, they can gaslight and psychologically damage and devalue and just sort of deplorable behavior to my child. And it's my fault. Of course it is. I wonder what it's like to be them. I wonder what it's like to have to look in the mirror every day. I wouldn't want that. So, yeah, they definitely have a hand up, I don't know, a foot up. I don't know if say winning, but they're successful right now in hurting me and being effective in hurting my child. But it's not going to have the effect that they think that it is. And I'm not going anywhere. And the longer I'm here, the stronger I get, the healthier I get. And the more beautiful this is going to be for me, and the worse it's going to be for them. I don't know that they can see that. I think they're too sick to even comprehend what's in store. I hope that all of you are getting through, and I hope you're getting through this holiday season. And I'm sorry that this message wasn't as chipper and upbeat as it usually is, but that's okay because it's real. And I know that being a targeted parent is a really lonely road. Being a scapegoat in general. I walked away from my entire family this year. 38 years. And it was the right thing to do. Because myself and my integrity and who God purposed me to be can't be ruined by anyone. And I won't allow it to. I don't have that kind of loyalty to them. They were clearly never interested in anything that had to do with me anyways. Not one of them has reached out since I cut ties with my mom and dad. And you know what? That's okay. I forgive them. I love them. And I have no ill will towards them. I hope that you all have a wonderful day. I'm going to make sure that my next message is more upbeat. And I know that the somber Kaylin isn't probably very much fun. But, you know, it's real. I miss my kid. I watched this video the other night. I posted it with this man who was making a video for his daughter Alice on her birthday, and God, it was just heartbreaking. And he was just crying, but he was just stuck, he was trapped, and I feel a lot like that all the time. It just makes my heart hurt that this world just sits and watches it happen and can inflict this kind of damage on people with little to no remorse. Makes me glad their time here is short. But I'm going to get myself back up, find some sisu, trust in the Lord, be still and know that He is God, and trust that this is only temporary. This is not forever. I'm going to see my daughter again soon, and she will come back to me, and I will make it. And I trust that, and I have to trust that today. And I might not feel that way tomorrow, or I might feel like everything's fine and I'm going to take over the planet. Who knows? But hang in there. It's never going to look hopeful all the time. You got to create your hope. Create your hope, okay? And I'm just thinking about those days when I get to make a video and she's going to be right next to me. So that's what keeps me going. That's what gives me hope. And envisioning that. Have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself. And if you're out there, Grace, your mom loves you so much.